October 2nd, 2019. Feeling good. I apologize for my nasally sound. You're just going to have to deal with it because I don't give up. I don't stop. If I sound like this, I'm going to keep recording. If I lose an arm, I'm going to keep recording. If I lose a leg, I'm going to keep recording. If my classroom blows up, I'll move locations. So nothing's going to stop this positive reinforcement train rolling. We got the cran raspberry, same as last week. My new go-to. I really like straight up berry, but the cran raspberry, just a little bit. Used to hate this stuff, man. I don't know why I suddenly like it. Is it an age thing? As you get older, do you like stuff more? I hate when people say you acquire a taste for something. You can acquire a taste for anything. If I start eating the parts of this microphone, eventually I'll acquire a taste for it. So that makes no sense when people say, you'll acquire a taste for it. Yeah, no shit. You acquire a taste for anything that you put into your mouth and swallow. But no young people drink this. Now, I am young. I am only 32 years old. I am nowhere near 40. 38 is like, that's the plateau of being old. Once you hit 38, you're done. It's over. You're not young anymore. 37, soak it up. You turn 38, you're not young anymore. Except the fact that you are on the other side of the glory days. Anyway, I don't want people to think that I am knocking old people. I'm just joking around here. I'm gonna be 50 years old one day, and I'm still gonna make the joke like, that's such a 38-year-old thing to do when I'm like 56. So it's just a joke, man. So listen. No matter what your job is, you develop strong relationships with the people you work with. And things are mentioned to those people that you work with. Things that are mentioned in trust. Things that are mentioned that only you might hear. And it's up to you what you decide to do with that information. I was just given said information from a coworker that shall remain nameless. And what am I going to do with that information? I am on a platform right now where in a podcast that I have advocated to be honest and real and genuine, I have the choice and the opportunity 3 minutes in, 3.5 minutes in, burp number 1, getting burpy. I have the opportunity to talk about that information because of the philosophy of this podcast. It would make sense to reveal that information that this trusted colleague, just gave me. Will I, though? No. I won't. I'm going to leave you in suspense. But let me tell you this, man. There are some days I really want to make sure I don't unplug this microphone. I think the last 2 weeks I've accidentally been unplugging it. Anyway, there are some days where things happen that scare us. There are things that happen that we never expected to happen. And today, for this colleague, it was almost one of those days. And when I say almost, I mean almost. And we got to have sympathy at those times. And we got to be there. We got to encourage. And we got to console when those moments happen. So send your thoughts and prayers to my colleague that almost experienced a lot today. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, so the Chargers won And that's obvious because I'm right here doing the podcast. I said last week that if the Chargers lost to the Miami Dolphins, a.k.a. a middle school team in the NFL, that I would have hanged myself and I wouldn't be here. So thankfully the Chargers won, and hey, we can keep doing this podcast. So here we go. The Dolphins are terrible, and the Chargers have the talent to be amazing. But so far they've decided to be okay. They play the Broncos on Sunday, should take care of business, we'll see. But we're not here to talk. I thought that clap was going to be way more loud. Let me try that again. There we go. All right, so we're not here to talk about football today, guys. This is positive reinforcement. This is a teacher's podcast, so let's get right to it. But before we get into that, what do you guys think of where I'm placing the camera? Every week it's a little different. Sometimes it's a little closer, sometimes it's a little further away. I think where we have it today is perfect. Let me know. Do you want to be closer to me? Do you want to be further away? What's the good angle? Or is this good? I think this works. Does it seem too dark? I feel like my classroom lights are always off. I only have lamps. So if it seems too dark to you, let me know. I haven't gotten any complaints, but I think we're good. So, hey, it's 2019. Technology needs to get better at telling us what the problem is whenever we encounter problems. Now, I'm not saying problems like, hey, how do you switch the input on the TV? No. You're a grown adult. You should have figured that out by now. I'm referring to things like, we're about to start recording the Medea audiobook, and we wanted to set it up so that we have 2 microphones going. And this is a Blue Yeti. Mr. Stocks also has a Blue Yeti. He brought it by. We tried to set it up, and we just couldn't get it to work. We came to find out that it was because the microphones have the same serial number, and just like when you buy 2 remote control cars and they're the same model and everything, you can't race them or anything because they're the same thing. Same deal with these microphones. But how would we have known that without Mr. Bacon doing some research on his own? We would have given up. We would have ordered a different kind of microphone. We would have wasted money. But we had to find out that there's a patch that you download which changes the serial number of the microphone. Now, am I boring you guys with a bunch of mumbo jumbo with technology jargon? Yes, but like I said, honest, real life is right here. So you're going to get nothing but genuine conversation. And this is important to me right now, so you're going to hear about it. So we had to download this patch, change the serial numbers, and bam, the microphones work. So we're able to record 2 microphones at a time. Bottom line is, technology is supposed to be smart right now, right? I feel like there should be something to where we plugged in the microphones and we get some kind of notification telling us, hey, you got to change the serial numbers. Make sure you download this patch. I think we're there now, you know? I think we're at a point where technology can figure itself out and give us a hand, man, you know? But at the same time, I also think that technology is going to be the reason why human beings go extinct in probably 10 years. Because they'll be so smart, they'll be able to kill us in our sleep. All right, let's get right into it. Who took the terror update? Bottom line is, there is no update. Mr. Bacon tried to fill the void. He found a book at his house that was like a guide on how to be a hipster or something dumb like that. And he put it down on the nightstand for about a day, not even, maybe a couple hours. And you know what? He took it away. And I respect the hell out of that. And I'll tell you why. Some people in this world, unfortunately, don't get funniness. They don't get humor. Mr. Bacon saw an opportunity. He took it. He put the book down. And he thought, this might be pretty good. And then we realized it's not good. And he took it away. He took it off the nightstand and didn't leave it there. Now that's important. A lot of people on this planet are not on the correct wavelength when it comes to humor. And it's so upsetting when funny people are funny. And when people aren't funny, oh man, is it not funny? Like, you know what I'm saying though? Like, unfunny people are so unfunny that it hurts. It's painful to see unfunny people try to be funny. Oh my gosh, I'll never understand it. Thank God I feel like I'm on that wavelength. Like, imagine not being on that wavelength. Imagine being someone who thinks they're hilarious, but they don't have the awareness to realize that they're not. Number one nightmare is that. Being someone who isn't aware of how they're coming off is not who they think they are. Oh, scares me to death. Scares me to death. And I know that there are people out there that look at me, interact with me, and think of me as a completely different person than I think I am. Like, there's no way anybody can fight that. Sucks. But anyway, Mr. Bacon is a funny guy, and he swung and he missed. And that's okay. What's important is to realize I missed. When you just keep swinging and you don't realize that you're missing, I don't like you. Figure it out, guys. All right, get on the wavelength to be a funny person. I don't know how to do that, by the way. Just do it. Stop it. Stop not being on the wavelength and get on it. All right, first serious topic. Let's do this. It's October now. This is what starts to happen to our bodies. It starts getting colder, and our bodies, for some reason, want to eat more food. It's about 6 o'clock at night. You just got done with dinner, and you want some ice cream. Or you want some chips. Or you want some Skittles. Or you want this and this and this and this. Slowly starts to unfold. I hate that. It sucks because being on a diet is not fun at all. But, you know, I'm 32 now. Can't get away with eating certain things anymore. And when I eat like shit, I feel like shit every day. That's been kind of me lately. A lot of fast food, a lot of salt, a lot of sodium. It's not good. Even when I'm in a good mood and I'm not feeling depressed or anything like that, I still feel shitty because of the diet, because of the lack of a diet. So especially when you are doing a job that requires you to be on all the time, you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta eat right, you gotta exercise. And that's me right now. I've been exercising a lot actually, but I'm not counterbalancing that with a good diet. I have been eating so much fast food, it makes me sick. So that switched up. I went to get groceries yesterday, got a lot of fish, I got some greens, I got some broccoli, I got almonds, oatmeal, I got some chicken patties, but they're vegan chicken patties. Had some the other night, super good. So I'm trying here. I'm trying to be more healthy because I'm sick and tired of feeling so weighed down every time I wake up. And teachers, we got to take care of our bodies. Otherwise, we are just waking up and we're sweaty and gross and fat and just these sweaty, gross meat sacks attempting to do a good job. And we could do so much better if we were healthy. So make it a point to go to the store and stop buying bullshit that goes into your body to make you feel terrible. You have to stop. It sucks for the first couple days, and it shows you how much of an addiction fast food really is. Like, I am craving a taco so bad right now. I am craving a hamburger so bad right now. It's only been a couple days without it. And, ooh, it sucks. But I keep thinking, all right, I got to keep my eye on the prize. I'm going to feel better. 2 weeks from now, it's going to be easier. Just keep thinking that. 2 weeks from now, it's going to be easier. And it's not really a I want to get in shape kind of deal. It's just a I want to feel better thing. But I do exercise a lot, so that's been my saving grace so far. But we gotta be healthy, teachers. Everybody, not just teachers. We gotta do our bodies right, you know? I always like to imagine that there's a group of small men inside of my body just doing all the work, you know? Like right now, my nose is all stuffed up. I imagine, there's a bunch of crew members at my nose just like, we gotta get rid of all this mucus, guys. Come on, let's go. Let's bring the night shift guys in here. We need some extra help. It's that time of the year, right? And they're just with their pickaxe just pounding away at all my dried up mucus right here. They're just like, come on, guys, he needs us. He's doing the podcast. He's got to inform. He's got to entertain, And they're just going to town. I like to imagine that. And they're their own people. I don't tell them to do that. They know. They're smart. They got to do what they got to do. Here's what I want to talk about. Lesson planning today. I know I said the very first episode that you're not going to get anything when it comes to lesson plans. Like, that's not what this podcast is about. And I agree with that still. It's not what this podcast is about. I'm not going to tell you how to make a lesson plan or how to do any of that. That stuff's boring. Figure it out yourself. You'll be fine. With lesson planning, though, what I do want to talk about is how far in advance some teachers plan their lessons. Let me get right to it. Not even going to apologize for that one. Super gross, smells bad, not even going to apologize for it. You're 6 episodes in, you know what's coming. You know what to deal with. All right, so going to poke fun at my student teacher a little bit. Last semester, such a great student teacher, by the way. She's going to start teaching in Fowler soon, and I'm so excited for her. It became this kind of joke between us that it was always a burden for me to make a calendar with all the lesson planning for her because I don't make lesson plans. Not for more than a week, if that. I know what I'm doing tomorrow, and that's what's most important. But yeah, I would make a month lesson plan calendar for her. Whew, man, so stupid. Don't plan for the month, ever. I mean, if there are certain dates set in stone for things like state testing or major writing assignments, sure, have that stuff in the books ready to go. But as far as the day-to-day stuff goes, stuff changes all the time, especially in this Common Core era of education. You gotta be flexible. So don't ever plan more than a week. That's my advice. I mean, proof of it is right here. Last week, I talked about my short story, Copacetic, and how I was going to get into that unit this week. I'm not even there yet. The stuff I had planned took much longer than I expected. And that's always a good thing because you're delving into it more. Your kids are analyzing more, and that's okay. So if I had the entire month planned last week, I would be pissed right now because now everything that I thought was going to happen 2 weeks from now it's getting pushed, and it's just a cluster, right? So try to only lesson plan 1 week at a time. If you do anything more than that, chances are things are going to change and shift and move, and it's just going to create more of a headache for you if you keep trying to plan a month in advance. I don't know. That's just me. There are veteran teachers that have been doing this way longer than I have, and they still plan months in advance. If it works for you, it works for you. Not for me. It's too much. So side note real quick, October 19th, Saturday, October 19th, my band, A Dollar Underwater, is playing a show. My drummer always gets mad when I say my band. I know it's not my band, but it's weird to just come out and be like, our band, A Dollar Underwater. Who's our? It's just me talking right now, right? So I'm going to say my band right now. I own them. So A Dollar Underwater is going to be playing at Zach's Brewery, downtown Fresno. Fulton Street. Can't remember the exact address right now, but just Google Zach's Brewery and you'll find it. 8 o'clock, the show starts, so be there about 7:30. Free, and that whole day, there's this Fulton Street party thing that's happening. I don't know what it's called, but we will be playing kind of at the end of it. So like where the walking paths go, we'll be right there at the end, so you can finish, the festival or whatever it is by coming out to check out the show at the end of the day. So a lot of fun. All ages, so come on out, support. Technically, this will be our first public show. We did kind of a secret house party show not too long ago. But this will be our very first real show with the three of us, me, Kyle, our bassist, and Dan. Shout out to Kyle. Just had his baby girl. Can't remember her name right now. Terrible friend. It's probably something like hashtag or something. So we haven't had the opportunity to practice yet because lots of stuff going on in our personal lives, but we're going to have our first practice Friday this week. So we're excited. Come on out. October 19th, Zach's Brewery. Little shameless plug there. Oh my gosh. So, today was a good day. Super fun lesson. I had this lesson from like 3 years ago, but it was complete garbage. I liked the main idea of it, which is surrounding film analysis. And 3 years ago when I did it, it was just kind of empty. We would watch the scenes, talk about them, and nothing else really came after that. So I liked it. I knew there was something good there, but I just kind of left it on the shelf for 3 years. And this year I decided to bring it back. So it's a lesson where we analyze suspense in film, what makes good suspense, what makes successful suspense in a movie. And we watched 4 different scenes. We watched the T-Rex breakout scene in Jurassic Park. We watched Batman's first appearance in Batman Begins. We watched a scene from The Lost World where Sarah Harding, one of the characters, falls onto a plate of glass and she's overlooking the ocean water from super high up and the glass is slowly cracking. Oh, it's so good. And then we analyzed a scene from No Country for Old Men, the coin toss scene, one of my favorite movies of all time. And the kids dug it. I thought we were going to spend 1.5 days on it, but here we are toward the end of the week, and we are still working on it. So film analysis is cool. English, when you hear the word text, you just automatically think book, words on a page, but no, a text, any source that you're analyzing is a text. So teachers, don't think that watching movies is a taboo. I mean, it is if you're just like, all right, we're watching a movie today, and you put the movie up and that's it. What are you doing with it? How are you tying it to the standards? What's the point, right? So definitely still a taboo if you're just throwing up a movie to watch a movie. But don't be afraid to use things like podcasts or movies or TV episodes to tie to your standards. So many brand new teachers are like, no, just gotta stick to the books, man. I'm not crazy. I'm not watching movies. What are you talking about? This is education, right? It's not Hollywood. Stop it. It's annoying. You can use movies as texts for sure. Anyway, though, first of all, so many kids have not seen Jurassic Park. I'm definitely entering that part of my career where the classics are now what I used to watch when I was a kid. Sucks. But I'm 32, man. Not even close to 38. I'm probably the youngest teacher on campus. Don't quote me on that. So, super fun. We literally broke down the Jurassic Park scene where the T-Rex breaks out. Not even a 2.5 minute scene. And for the full hour of class, we just broke down how does the sound add to the suspense? How does the camera placement create little stories? How does the camera panning add to the theme of this scene? I mean, just super good. So I had a lot of fun with that. And I sacrificed not doing my short story this week for that. Happy I did. So we'll do copacetic next week. Oh. Man, my nose is just getting more and more stuffed up. I'm sorry that you have to listen to this today. Oh. Good news is we're about 26 minutes in, so we're almost done. You know what? Now, wait. I was going to take Dayquil right now, but I can manage the next few minutes here. So, Halloween's coming up. Decorate right now. Nothing enrages me more than when people decorate for a holiday like 3 days before the holiday. What are you doing? You can't celebrate the holiday that way. You're doing too much work putting up decorations and you only get to enjoy them for like 3 days? What are you doing? Especially if you're planning on leaving those decorations up for weeks. No. Get out of here with that shit. Can't stand it. People that leave their Christmas decorations up until February. Hey. You are a special kind of garbage. The kind that deserves to be set on fire. Christmas is the most sacred time of the year. And ask anybody that I work with. I am Mr. Christmas. But when it's too early or if it's too late and people are doing Christmas shit, I will punch you in the mouth. I cannot stand it. Look, Christmas is a time period. You got to soak it up. I can understand people getting mad at me for decorating before Thanksgiving, which I used to be very like, no, Thanksgiving's got to happen first, then we decorate. But being that we go on Thanksgiving break, a week before Thanksgiving, I want to start soaking it up during my Thanksgiving break. So that Friday when Thanksgiving break starts, I'm decorating. My apartment, it becomes a winter wonderland while I'm eating stuffing and turkey. And if you don't like it, see ya, right? Like that scene with that Nickelback scene where they were playing live in like Portugal and he's like playing and people are throwing rocks at him and they stop and he's like, we got any Nickelback fans in Portugal? Gets hit by another rock and then he's like, see ya. Someone's knocking at my door. Who is that? I'm recording right now. Leave me alone. Not cool. Well, I guess I'm done. I got to talk to these weirdos, whoever's at my door. We'll see you next week. This was a fun one. Went by super quick. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for following. Are they trying to open my door? I don't know. Anyway, that's it. We'll see you next week. Love you all. Bye.